welcome back. So let's build episode 71. If you guessed last episode that we'd be adding these, you're right. Although first I'm going to add these telephones. I don't know, I guess they're supposed to be like maybe handlebars. Weird that that one went on perfectly fine, but that one not so much. I'm just thinking more about what I was saying, like, you know, like a lot of times people are like, hey, you know, fuck science and fuck medicine and all that stuff. It's because people expect that sort of stuff to be like, you know, medicine and all that stuff is supposed to make it easier for like us to survive and stuff like that. Like, there is no such thing as a guarantee, almost. And then people will always like attack, well, you know, scientists are never sure. It's like, you know why people don't, you know, scientists aren't like, hey, I'm 100% right? And that's because you, in order to say that you're 100% right, at least I believe, the requirement for that is you have to demonstrate and prove that for all human, you know, like, hey, you know, you have to prove from the beginning of existence to the end of existence that this thing, you know, will never have like a side effect or whatever. I guess you could say. That like stupid autism thing. Because you can't say no, vaccines don't cause autism. You can't say that 100%. Because, I mean, what about that child, like a couple million years ago, who had some real freak thing, like, you know, somehow, you know. Well, can you guarantee that a child a million years ago isn't gonna, if you somehow went back and gave them vaccine, that wouldn't do something to them? No, you can't. So therefore, you cannot, and you know, and can you say in the future, in a billion years, assuming we survive that long and we don't like kill ourselves in the next like 10 years? No, you can't. You know, you can't 100% future-proof everything. Yeah, that looks to be about it. So we'll just do that again, you know, ad infinitum, just for fun. Because, well, I understand, like, some, you know, generally I want to be, not family-friendly necessarily, because that'll get you punished, apparently, nowadays. You know, you want to keep your opinions more or less semi, vague? Because otherwise you lose, like, that mass appeal. Which, I mean, yeah, people are like, oh, you know, I don't want things that I don't like. I don't want people to like things that I like that aren't, you know, that aren't 100% just equal to me. Therefore, you know, they're bad or whatever. It's like, no. I mean, but there are, like, you know, certain points For a second I thought I broke this. They're doing these mouse car things again. Which I'm kind of curious to know now, because it's just like goes up for some reason. No, I had to have done this right. Legitimately, I don't think I could have done it wrong. Okay. Oh, and then the next step is step 999. What do you think Let's Build episode 999 is going to come out? But anyways, this is that part done. To build like a slightly bigger one now. Let's not just balance out. I shift everything around. Oh, I don't like how there's like different lengths now. I guess I'll just put it on there. Probably technically for the best. Although not at the very beginning. Oh, let's put this one on first. It's like, James, I actually wanted to get, you know, like Albertsons is like, hey, we can give you pretty much free vaccines. For whatever reason, my health insurance, oh god, I don't know. Just realized what I said, health insurance. Is that gonna summon another robocall? So far, they don't seem to call during the weekend. But like, who's gonna be like, hey, originally I wasn't gonna go for health insurance, but then I got a call. I guess it's the same mentality, like, why YouTubers shouldn't be paid because, you know, the ads don't work on me, therefore they're completely ineffective. Which isn't at all true, because, like, I bought Stellaris because of an ad. I was like, that's a game that's interesting. I like video game ads, because it tells me that these games exist. Mind, I'm probably not going to buy them, which kind of defeats the whole point of what I'm saying. But that's because of the unique position that I collect stuff, and I like to, because you know me, you see anything I do, originally Dark Souls and anything like that, I try and keep all my stats perfectly balanced and equal to each other and unspecialized. And that's really a stupid way to do anything. Because at the end of, you know, the game, yeah, sure, I can do all these things, but like 90% of them I'm not going to do anyways. Of course, here's the thing though, like Dark Souls, generally speaking, well, this is true, I wouldn't have had to have restarted. Anyways, generally speaking, as long as you're good enough, you know, it's one of those things like, hey, can I beat this boss? Well, can I beat it without... Is it possible to beat this boss without getting hit once? Then technically my stats don't matter, and technically I can do this. That's mostly why I just look up build videos and stuff like that. Like, hey, person who's smarter with me in this aspect, tell me what to do. So I have something I can look forward to. Also, this needs to be built on first. And then... does that work? It kinda works. I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't really work. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna step on these Lego pieces. It's pretty much a guarantee. I think I definitely, as a kid, I would have stepped on a Lego once. See, one of my drives, like, not shut off. They don't shut off, thank goodness, because that reminds me of something that happened. I was recording a real long time ago. That sometimes my drives would just, like, shut themselves off. Because it's like, hey, you know, I'm not in use, even though I'm fucking accepting data and all that stuff right now. I think that was back when I was... maybe they still do that. But it doesn't matter anymore because everything's connected to my D drive. My D drive is like my main drive now. You know, C drive exists, but fuck C drive. It's giving me so much grief. We restarted my computer, you know. We downloaded Windows, well, once because of it. And then another time I did that, you know, over break because I was insanely stupid. And I plugged in... I explained why I reset my PC like 3 months ago, right? It's because I was stupid and I didn't realize... because that was like the first time I'd actually moved my computer out of like the apartment that I'm living in right now. Like, that was the first time my PC's been moved. So I had plugged in my monitor into the first port I saw, which is a port that went directly to like the motherboard and not to my GPU, you know, my 1080. So oh wait, never mind. This is correct. This is probably the most substantial part of this bag. Wow, this is bag 13 actually. Oh, okay, now I know why there's just a gap there. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that all of this even existed. I think that's how that goes. Yeah, I think my biggest problem with these videos that I'm gonna have is I need to pick out music for them. I can probably just keep on using the Final Fantasy stuff for now, but because speed builds, I want to have like a different bunch of songs. And yeah, I did end up using Amara like I wanted to. I'm probably just gonna find like make a folder of video game music. Because again, I usually do that because that's like the least copyrighted stuff. Well, it's not even, I realistically don't care about copyrighted music. I care about copyright striked music, or like, hey, let's put this music in a game, and then fucking make it banned in like 90% of the countries of the world. It's like, why the fuck is this? How is this game still even legal? You know? I'm talking about Let It Die. That's part of the reason that I don't really like Japan that much. Like, I love Japan's culture, I love all that stuff, but their legal stuff pisses me off, honestly. Because since it negatively affects me. Because that's like pretty much the only song, I think, there might have been one other, that was like, hey, we'll ban your video in these 90% of countries. It's like, why did you agree to have this in a video game? It's like, oh, well, you're not supposed to share this with other people. You're insane. You're supposed to stay in, like, your basement, you know? You nerd. Is it okay to let people know you play video games? That's not allowed. And then the Kiss a Cutie thing. Again, I've gotten conflicting information. People are saying that, A, it's because they didn't manage their stuff. B, that they're really, like, niche. The thing, I can never sell my 3DS, though. It better fucking not break. Because there are RSGs and RMGs like Mario Kart 7. Therefore, I will always have to use it. I just hope I can get all the games that I want to play done before that thing invariably breaks in a couple years. Because what I'm always worried about is it gets really, really hot. There's always like other ways to do stuff. Because I can always use the dreaded emulator, but when it's between that and literally being unable to record stuff, I'll take the damn risk. It's not like I have like 4 DS's anyways, of various types. Where's my 3DS anyway? Oh, that's not good. Yeah, speaking of... It's not like it's absurdly fragile, because I've dropped it before on a carpeted floor, mind. But not like a densely carpeted one. I'm just worried, like, the board, like, the extra little, splitter board that's in it is gonna come loose at some point, or, like, melt. But I've recorded, sessions over, like, I think up to 13 hours? I think that's the longest I've gone. Well, I think that's the longest I've gone ever, but that was like a RuneScape video, I think. Because if 4 Pro could handle it, I would just, like, spend an entire day, record everything, and then, like, the next day, probably not do anything. Except, well, I do no more recording for that day, and then just, like, do homework and stuff like that. I'm mostly worried for Monday. Those are the finals that I'm most worried for, because nuclear, I can literally take my computer with me, which I'm not gonna do because for whatever reason my laptop sucks right now. real interesting how I'm gonna record, Let's Build mocks. Because it's not gonna be a Let's Build in here, because it's gonna be too... Because I can't, I'm not gonna save the $2,700 or whatever that I need to purchase all the parts. Yeah, now we need to build the binoculars again. It's one. I might just choose to completely finish this day. And then tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to record tomorrow, because tomorrow's when I need to study the most. Okay, and then I'll just take this additional one and plug it in now. Yeah, surprise, surprise. It's almost identical. Remember, this doesn't actually look that bad for you, because you see it, like this is like the right of the screen. It's not the middle, of course. It's because it would take so much. I could have this more balanced in the middle, but it is going to make it harder to actually like grab things. Okay, and then this goes here. And that was connected. Now we're flipping this. I feel like we could have done a little earlier before I put in like all the fragile pieces. Again, they're not fragile pieces per se, it's just fragile connections. And the thing's kind of unbalanced upside down, which is acceptable because it's not supposed to be balanced, really. Well, rather, I should say it doesn't have to be balanced, because you need these ball joints. Because you remember in one of the earlier things, I'm pulling those like ball joint receptacles. So I don't know why my wrist hurts so much, considering it's not like I'm using it to place these down. Take this. It looks like... Yeah, it looks like that. Why is this so much... because of that. Let's, so there's a... Well, there's just this piece that I have to put on. Basically a mirrored version of what was previously there. There's still, like, I believe there's still a substantial amount of stuff. Yeah, because we haven't broken 400 yet. Alright, that can be fine, I suppose. It's me just opening my mouth without thinking about what I'm about to say. Because then I, half say something and then I immediately forget it. Maybe there is something wrong with my head. Which means I should record as much as I can. Pretty soon that's going to change, because I'm going to go for my internship. Well, again, I don't actually know if I've been accepted. Well, I haven't even gone for it yet. I'm not going to, because I figure that me going for my, practicing... Oh, that's all the way already. My final is going to be slightly more important. Oh, I was wrong. This is actually already done. Can put my drink there. Great. Again, one of those cases where I see, hey, this is the end of the episode. Might as well put this here. Let's forget to end it. So, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. See ya.